We have lived here for about 20 years, operating the cabins, but I've been coming to this property my whole life. I think this property is special because it's so rare. To have an in-holding within a national park, it truly is priceless.
I happen to be a fourth-generation Jackson Hole native. In fact, my family homesteaded here on this famous Mormon Row, and unfortunately my family sold out to the park like every other family did, except the Blake family here, the Moulton family. They kept 1 acre, surrounded by the Grand Teton National Park.
There's a feel about this property. I have people tell me all the time that they come here and they can forget their worries, they leave their stresses behind, and it's a renewing. If you're quiet enough, this property speaks to you.
There's no place like this in the world. It sits back from the Teton Mountains in such a way that you get views like none other. I'll never forget the time standing here with my grandfather, Clark Moulton, and looking at the 360 views and having him say, you know, this is the biggest acre in the country, isn't it? It feels like we own it all. We're just completely surrounded by national park, and it'll always be this way.
Most people say that this is a piece of heaven on earth, and they ask how in the world we got this property, because they can't imagine anybody being able to own a piece of property that is like this, like no other.
I've represented some of the most significant properties in Jackson Hole in the last 30 years here, and this truly is the most unique parcel I've ever had the opportunity to represent.
The Moulton Ranch Cabins are an important piece of history because the people who homesteaded here many years ago, they came with the hope of an American dream, of owning a piece of land, of having a home, a family, have a life for themselves. And that history has continued here. We have the last piece of that homestead property. People love to come and get a glimpse of years gone by.
To be part of the history of the homesteading that went on in this area is truly amazing. I say our claim to fame are those Moulton Barns that people love to come and photograph, and it's simply just because of the setting, the background of the Teton Mountain Range, and to be able to have privately held piece of property on that iconic T.A. Moulton homestead without restrictions. It's just a little oasis. I want people to be able to come here and feel the love that I have felt here on this property, and that's what I want, is for people to love it like we do, for someone to be able to come here and carry on the legacy and build memories like we have and share it with people and enjoy such a unique and rare piece of property.